Tick 10. Good morning. Guten Tag. How are you all? How have you been? Hope you've been keeping well since the last time we saw.
Mm-hmm.
The weather
I've been well.
has been foggy. Is it? What's the weather like at your end? At our end, it's been a bit foggy. I hope you're keeping well and the germs and the viruses are keeping far away from you.
Yep, I'm keeping very, very well.
How are you, DJ Val?
I've been fantastic this week, actually. Very healthy, very strong. Yes,
I'm liking your Coca-Cola.
Thank you.
Coca-Cola. What's this thing called?
It's like a varsity jacket, isn't it?
Okay.
Something like that they call it. It's on this side. Sorry, it's on this side. It's got the Coca-Cola.
Turn
thing.
that way so we see the back. Can we see the back?
Oh, I have to go to the other camera, I think, for that. Hold on, I can do that.
Yeah. So you see the back. Property of Coca-Cola Bottling Company. So the jacket is their property, not yours, huh?
Oh dear, I didn't realize I'd sold my soul when I gave it. When I got it. It's got to give a huge shout going out there to Diligence, right? Diligence we were in the Coca-Cola Museum. Can you imagine a Coca-Cola museum?
How many years have they been running? Over 100 years, of course.
Yeah, it's such an interesting story because Coca-Cola wasn't always from Atlanta. It was quite late that they moved to the Atlanta headquarters. Yeah, it's.
I don't know much about their early history. Maybe it's something
I know all about.
I need to look into.
I have to say, in comparison to the history lesson we got from Bombay Sapphire, no other tour guide can ever compete with who that man is.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, we sat, myself and Alistair, both of us said, she goes, I know what you're thinking. I said, yeah, he's not like the Bombay Sapphire guy. And I said, no, he's not. Definitely. He knew the history, but there was just lacked a bit of personality.
Oh, you're saying that the Bombay Sapphire tour guide was brilliant.
I've never had a tour guide.
That he was just outstanding.
There's never been in the history of tour guides a tour guide like him.
Okay, back to the show. We're sorry we digress. Good morning, guten Tag.
Good afternoon,
bonjour,
good night. Bonsoir.
How are you all doing? My international greeting today hails all the way from Sri Lanka. Yes.
I was going to say Fiji. I don't know why.
We've done Fiji is Mbula. We've done Fiji. Fiji is one of our historic ones. Ayabuan. And that's the Sinhala ethnicity. And Vanakam is from the Tamils. So they've got many dialects, but I just picked the ones I could pronounce because we've got quite a few manuals that from that part of the world, and every time I see them I always say, what's the greeting in your country, as I do these days, but I couldn't pronounce. I had to make them write it down for me. So depending on the ethnicity that you are greeting from, both phrases convey a respectful wish for a long and healthy life. So it's not like good morning. It's more like shalom.
More like a prayer.
Yes. You can perform the traditional gesture by putting the namaste gesture when you do that, of course. And, by bowing slightly, especially if they're a mature person. So I do that to them, and that kind of gets... Then they'll start saying other things in their language, thinking that
you understand what they're saying, right?
No, I don't. But I'm loving this, trying to greet total strangers in their language or getting to know what their language greeting is.
Yeah.
How have you all been? Hope you've all been well.
Yep.
Again, please introduce me to more international greetings. The more, the merrier. If I haven't covered a country you've been to and you'd like me to cover it, please let us know. Now, moving very quickly, we've got a fully packed show. What did we miss?
We missed the Akosomate people.
Oh, I'm sorry for the Akosomate people. Akosomate. That's still, the jury's still out on that. I say every show, but hey, it's there. Moving on really quickly to one of my favorite parts of the show, your segment. Applause.
Comments.
Applause.
Oh, sorry.
That's it. Applause. Thank you. So last week We kicked off season 7.
Great kickoff to the season it was as well, I have to say.
And
we landed with fire.
did we?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think it really was. It's been very well received on the longs and the shorts. So yeah.
Oh, thank you so much all for your feedback, your comments, thank you. It's very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Kicking us off in the comment section is Bumi, my girl. She says season 7 is finally here. What a way to return with laughter, faith, and great conversation. Woo-hoo! This is where it happens, I always say. It's where the real conversation takes place, here on the What's on Your Mind show with DJ Val and Olive. Thank you so much. Leading on to Beckett. Beckett says she loved hearing Olive and DJ Val share the Praise Factor journey and celebrate 13 years of Soul Food Gospel. Thank you. He's very, very proud of the 13 years. He wears it like a badge of honor because it's been sweat, tears, fatigue, and you name it, but all glory to the Most High. Leading us into, thank you so much, Beckett. Thank you so much, Beckett.
I was going to say I wasn't going to change it for a thing. That's what I was going to say.
No. You're not going to trade it. Those 13 years.
Yeah. Well, it's actually 12. We're going into the 13th year. So,
okay.
Yeah. But nevertheless, it's been amazing. It really has.
So one of these days, we'll probably just do a show on the journey so far, that kind of a thing, you know.
Or maybe you could interview me.
But that's on the cards already.
Is it?
Yeah, me interviewing you is already on the cards.
Oh.
Remember, you're one of my ideal guests to interview.
Oh, yeah, you did. I thought you were just saying that as a really... I thought that was just a really good answer. When you said it, I thought you were just saying that's a really good answer.
You should know me by now. I don't say things I don't mean.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's on the cards already.
Oh, okay.
I'm already planning some trivia for you.
Oh, as part of my interview?
Yeah, of course.
Is it soul food trivia?
Let's just go along with the flow. That's what he says to me.
If it's soul food trivia, you know I'm going to get it all right.
Yeah, we may throw in some.
You might have to ask Alistair to help you out.
Okay, let me try one. Let me digress for a minute and give you one. So this lady has an accident.
Okay.
Has an accident, and
you too.
And she was pregnant, and she went into a coma. And when she woke up, she asked about her babies, and they said yes, that she'd had the babies, and it was a boy and a girl, and that her brother had named them. Yeah. She goes, he's useless. He's an idiot. Oh my goodness. What did he name them? He said, for the girl, he named her Denise. He said, okay, that's a good name. For the boy, DJ Val, what did he name him?
Denise
is a nice name, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for the baby boy, what did he name him?
Denot.
The nephew.
The nephew.
The niece, the nephew. Back to your comments.
That was good. Remind me, I've got a fabulous joke for you. Can you remind me at the end, right? You've got to remind me.
Try not to.
This joke, right?
On the receiving end.
No, this joke was so funny. I saw it on Instagram. I watched it over and over again. It was, and I'm going to set the stage for it as well.
Disclaimer: I pinched this from one of my favorite podcasters, How to Spend an Hour. I can't remember the topic of that one, but
I thought I was your favorite podcaster, but it's okay.
We're on the same show. Come on.
We also have other shows too.
All right.
Moving back to the comments. Sorry, where were you?
Alison leads us back to Alison. The Herb of the Month section on Sage was so refreshing. Never knew it had so many benefits. Honestly, this week, I tell you, I think, however I'm feeling, I haven't had some symptoms this week, and I can only attribute it to the sage. Honestly, I'm still going. I'm going to ask my colleague to get me some more. Thank you so much. Moving on.
It's the look on my face while you were going through the sage thing. The look when you
look like you were in pain.
Like you brought it to me to smell. But it was, what are you doing? Why?
Benita says the global greetings always make me smile. Such a fun way to feel connected across nations. Thank you, and I hope you love the Sri Lankan greetings today. Ayabon and Vanakam. Moving, thank you. Next is Kunle Roberts and Atinuke Roberts. I enjoyed the new segment. It made me think differently about leadership and justice. Yep, well, that's one of our aims. You know that, to just get you pondering on these things. You may, again, we have no political affiliation, but we are very, very socially conscious. So we will raise these things and bring it to your attention
as and when we
can, and from a standpoint of making you just think, and so that each one, as I say, reach one. Last but by no means the least, Miss Maggie. The highlight reel at the end was such a nice touch. Felt like watching bonus scenes after a movie. Nice. He did it also for the last week's show, and the one for my one where when we had gone to GX Awards, you also had some. So if you want to see some of the
bonus
pictures,
footage,
if you want to see some pictures from the GX Awards as well, and maybe you missed it on that episode, he did that for that show as well when he interviewed me. Thank you all so much. Right, we've got lots to do today. From your applause, please. Yes, take your applause.
I was thinking of something to say, and you were saying something, and something came across my mind, and I was going to say, and then it's gone now.
Apologies. Thank you so much. Keep the comments coming from all angles. Keep them coming. Even the WhatsApp comments, no problem.
All comments are good comments.
Keep them coming. Auntie Hour's comment,
email.
Auntie Hour's comment was that, oh my goodness, that was such a brilliant show. That was her comment. Oh, I didn't realize Sage had so many benefits.
It was a look on my face with the Sage. It was like, no. And I kept saying it should be for eating and stuff.
It is for eating, but there are many.
But not for
all
drinking.
Good herbs have multi-purposes, and it's a good one.
Quick apology to everybody, actually. So we found out that maybe the reason why some of you are having problems leaving comments, right?
Issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that problem has been resolved. So now when you click the link, it will take you directly to YouTube, and you can now put your comments, there. So we fixed it.
So if you were having problems, we apologize. Some of you had flagged that up to us.
Yeah.
Do test it today and let us know. And if you have any further difficulties, please let us know. Thank you so much. Let's move right on to
let's move on.
News, national news. I picked one up simply because we had celebrated the Jewish holidays last week, and then I heard that the very last week was on one of the holy days. On Thursday, on the holy day itself, on Thursday, on Yom Kippur, car stabbing attack at a synagogue in North Manchester.
So that explains why, our little chapel, there was a security guard out there. He even had like a stab vest on, like a bulletproof.
I just thought to myself, this is becoming more and more rampant. This sort of things, the things you hear about from America and other parts of the world, not really here.
True.
But this is just becoming more and more rampant. And our prayer, so 2 people are dead.
Oh
and
my God.
the assailant himself was shot dead by firearm officers, and he was known to the police. I'm not going to go into all the details due to sensitivity, and for the Jewish community amongst us, Mr. Cohen and others, but. Let's just continue to pray for our nation, is all I ask.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
Our land needs healing. So that was the only thing I thought I should flag up to you, due to the fact that we had celebrated and touched on those on those holidays and special days last week. International news, and also shout out to Mr. Frank for helping us I asked him to clarify a few things for us on the chat, and he did. Thank you so much. Much, much, much appreciated. International news, at least 2 people have been killed. Again, I'm sorry, it's a bit of bad news. But the reason I picked Morocco is because this is somewhere where most people love going to on holidays. Most people, it's not too far from the UK. It's right in the center. So even people from Africa.
Morocco is a tourist area. It's a tourist destination.
You know, and so there's been a huge youth-led protests taking place since last weekend, apparently. Now, the government's anger has grown over that, the size and the increasing growth of the protests. But really, my question was, what are they protesting about? Because, you know, there are just some nations
Cost of living, usual stuff.
There's some nations that they just coast along.
Yeah. But
here, what they're protesting about: the government's decision to build football stadiums for the 2030 FIFA World Cup, rather than providing or improving public services or tackling economic crisis. That's a valid reason to protest.
That is
valid. And they're saying you're going to spend millions on stadiums that after the event, what do we do with the stadiums? You know, are you creating jobs, ongoing jobs for the stadium? You know, it will be the one-off event and the FIFA takes their money and off they go. What about spending part of that? And some of them are saying we're not even.
It's a legacy thing.
We're not so averse. Some are saying some protesters were interviewing. Some are saying that we're not so much as against because the event will attract more tourists to us and will bring revenue. But we're saying that the scale of what is proposed, we know that will double. So if you're willing to risk that huge amount, that budget on something like this, why don't you then scale it down and improve the infrastructure so that even the people who are coming, our nation is better for it, as opposed to just anyhow.
I guess the question is so there's 2 things for me. Is that the first Arab nation outside the Qatari place?
Yes.
To host it. So I think that's kind of big as well.
North Africa hasn't. That Morocco is North Africa, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. They have.
So like none of that Africa, the Maghreb area, none of them have.
No.
Egypt?
No.
No? Okay. Anyone out there?
No.
So, okay, I think it's great that, you know, they've obviously won it. And then with it being Africa again, it's great that it's in Africa. But as the protesters have quite rightly pointed out, the problem is the wealth comes into the country.
It comes in.
But not everybody gets the wealth and the riches that come from it.
It's a recipient. So they cited even the whole bribing scandal that goes on with FIFA, and to just get the slot itself. So it's mixed even amongst the protesters. Some are like, no, take that money, improve our hospitals, improve our roads, improve our facility. But anyhow, the police. Of course, with those sort of things, police open fire, and fire, and it's the killing took place in Agadir, which again is a tourist town, is a tourist city. Agadir is a tourist city. Well, people, if you're going on holiday or for a brief weekend to Morocco, just be careful, be safe.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go quickly. We've got a lot. That's all I have in the news. Not great news, but enough to just keep you aware or keep you updated. Let's go quickly into our subject of discussion, our subject matter. I had promised you that we were going to, the conversations would be driven by your questions and be driven by somewhat the needs that arise amongst our listeners. And one of the top ones that came across last season was when we touched on vital conversations. When we touched on vital conversations, we talked about conflict resolution.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got questions like, how do you resolve conflict? Delicate conversations around conflict in the family, in the workplace, in the church, etc. So I promised that we would unpack this. We would do proper deep dive into these sections so that we all benefit from it, as is always our aim.
Mm-hmm.
So, DJ Val,
Yeah.
simply put, what is conflict?
Disagreement.
Okay. That's it?
Just
One word, disagreement.
Yeah, disagreement. Ideas that don't align, if you want to say it that. Different viewpoints, different ways of looking and solving things can cause conflict as well. Conflict, yeah. Ideological conflicts, like, ideology.
Yeah, we're going to deal with that as well.
I think that this is how things should be done based on this, and then someone else is like, well, no, that doesn't align with how we like to do things. So there can be a conflict of there as well. So we would deal with things like conflict of interest as well. That's a good topic too. I like that. Yeah.
So when we talk about conflict in the workplace, we'll touch on conflict of interest. We can touch on it in the family as well. There's sometimes conflicts of interest. So there will be basic bullet points that will show up in the different spheres because of the nature of what conflict is. So thank you so much for that. So very, as always, you run ahead of me.
Yeah, and I didn't read the notes while you were talking.
Conflict.
I wasn't reading the. No, I wasn't reading the note. Look, yes, he was reading the notes. I have no notes in my hands. I've got this thing, but I don't have any notes.
Conflict is a natural part of human relationship.
Natural phenomenon.
It occurs when two or more people, as DJ Val have said, have differing or different needs, desires, opinions, ideologies, or values. And this list is by no means exhaustive. They go on and on.
Like Ariston.
Yes. So today we're going to focus on the family. So in families where people are connected by love, commitment, and a shared life, conflict can feel unnatural. It can feel unnatural. And sometimes, if it's intense because the stakes are high, people then take it deeply to heart. And because you're dealing with people that you care about, you live with, it's then seen as negative. But conflict itself, it's not inherently negative. In fact, when handled well, can lead to a deeper understanding, can build stronger relationships, and lead to meaningful growth. Conflict becomes a problem when left unresolved or handled poorly. It then, of course, leads to damaged trust, can hurt your well-being, sometimes so bad it affects your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. And then can leave or create lasting divisions. And that's when you hear things like, I'm so hurt, I would never forgive, nor will I forget. So, another question for you. In conflict, Is it possible to forgive and not forget? Or can we forgive and forget?
Wow, that's a really interesting question. I think it's both. You can do both.
Explain. So why can we, in forgiving and forgetting, how is the plus and minus? And in forgiving and not forgetting, plus and minus.
So sometimes people say, well, I've forgiven maybe the offense, but necessarily you've not forgotten because you're still being guarded.
Okay.
And then
sometimes there's a place for that.
Yeah. And then there's some other times where you forgive and you just have to throw it into the sea of forgetfulness, as it's a bit like it's a bit like a biblical thing, but you have to actually ask that with the help of, I think more so with the help of the Holy Spirit, it will allow you to be able to forgive and forget. But, and these things, I think it's not instant. I think it takes time.
So to forgive and forget takes time, but it can happen with the help of the Holy Spirit, is what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
And forgive and not forget may be because you're being guarded and still being cautious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're saying open the road to communication, but without, you still want there to be a grounds for communication, but maybe trust needs to be built back over time.
True. So in the context of the family, you can find that happening, especially in extended families where, I've forgiven them, but if they invite me for an event, I'm not going to attend. That kind of a thing, because I don't want them to insult me, that kind of a thing, But now, how does conflict arise in families?
How does it arise?
Yeah.
Through anything, just through differences of opinions, through,
like we said.
I think that's really the main one, because you have different opinions, you have different thoughts about things as well.
Personalities, families are complex, temperaments are different, expectations are different. Expectations change as seasons change. If you're a family with kids, what your expectations of them when they're younger is different as they grow older. It changes. Do they understand the differences? And so the parent-child conflict can begin to arise in the different in the changing seasons.
It's could I just say something? I was talking to Uncle Leo about this, and it's like we're both talking about the kids and stuff. And he says something like, the thing is, you now don't realize that they're adults now.
They're adults.
They're not, they're still your kids, right? But they're not kids anymore. So you can't talk to them in that way that you think, you could before, because, they're out earning money themselves, they're getting on with their lives, they're doing things. So you have to kind of like change that. And I think that can be somewhat of a
challenging for us,
of a conflict area where you don't change that dynamic of how you see them. Yeah.
You have to. I'll give you an example of, Auntie Awa made the comment that, wow, I love the way you... So we'd come in and I wasn't sure if Alistair was still available. So I called him and said, are you around? He said, I'm just stepping out. I said, darling, have you got 5 minutes? I just need your help for 5 minutes. He was like, okay, 5 minutes, Mama, I'm down. I'll see you in a minute. And he came, did what I needed him to do, and off he went. And before he went, he asked me, do you need anything else? I said, I'm good. Thank you very much for giving me the time. And she looked at me like, in an African mind, like, excuse me? He's your son. What do you mean, thank you for giving? But she paused and gave it thought and said, that is so nice. I said, I'm not expecting that he was available to me that day. If he was at uni, I wouldn't have had him. I would have had to have dealt with that problem on my own. So it's that, and I said to that, I'm working. I'm not there yet. You have to, as the seasons change, the dynamics between parent and child needs to change. How you relate to them, how you talk to them. I remember that I sometimes be trying to get hold of Christine. I'd be like, oh my goodness, this child, pick up the call, answer me. After I said, you know what? She's a grown woman running her own business.
Yep.
So my tactic had to change.
Yeah.
Are you okay, darling? You good? You having a good day? Then I'll say a prayer or something. If your day is being hectic, that's me exhaling. And when she gets that, then she'll fire back with a voice note as well. Oh, mother. But I can assure you, if my tone had been any different, I wouldn't get a response.
No.
You know, so that she doesn't even come back with me. She'll just ignore me. You know, so that transition has to happen, because without it is where we see some conflict begin to happen. So still on how does it arise in families? We also have, like we said, expectations differ. The expectations I have of my husband are different for those that I have of my children or of my extended relatives who live with me. For those of you who've got extended relatives, many of our listeners have different family dynamics. They've got extended relatives living with them. They've got mum-in-law, dad-in-law, you know.
Oh,
yes. And those expectations differ. You know, it's still one household. It may have extended, you know, setting, but it's still one household and it's one family, you know. And communication styles differ. It differs.
For you can be in the same. Everybody has their own way of
communication style. Like we said, when they're younger, we can raise our voice at them. My friend, can you come here and do that? Are you talking back to your mom? Now you can't. I can't even raise my voice at him. He's a man. He's way taller than me. Sometimes I'm almost like, the way he looks at me, sometimes I'm like, but again, you have to learn the personalities you're dealing with. We're all different personalities. Miscommunication or lack of clear communication. Because my children will say to me, but Mom, you didn't make it clear. We didn't understand that was what you meant. So, yes, unmet expectations. Do I have to tell you to do that? Do I have to tell you, you're my child, so you should know? Or, you know, when people assume others should just
I like what
know
they say about
what they
assumptions.
need.
They say when you assume things, you make an ass of me and you.
That's a good one. Of you and me. So make no assumptions, you know, that people know. In the case of husband and wives, where, well, he's my husband, he should know what I need. No. She's my wife. She should know what I need. No, I'm sorry. I disagree. I shouldn't know what you need. It's a bonus. If I know what you need, that's a bonus. That shouldn't be an expectation. That's why communication must be clear.
Not an expectation. Not an expectation. But you know, it's like when they do those shows, right? They say, like the Mr. and Mrs. thing, and they say, if your husband had a choice for you to cook him a meal, would you do him jollof rice, pounded yam, or steak and chips? Which one would he want? My thought would be that you would know what I would want.
Darling, I may fail woefully because when it comes to food, you're easily pleased. I just may fail. You put pounded yam with efo and okra, and you put steak. Those are two things you love. I will struggle. And
which one do you think it would be?
You see now, don't put me on the spot because I will feel. Let's get back to the point.
You don't know what the answer is, so
I don't. So okay, I will have to ask you.
Okay, so go for one.
And that's why I would ask you, and I would always ask, what would you like? Or I will say to you, here are your options. Sometimes I do that.
Okay, between those two though, let me see whether or not. Come on,
darling.
Just have a go. Play the game.
Even let's forget pounded yam. Next to Begri and Abula. You lose all sense and sensibility in the face of Abula. So I can't.
That wasn't on the
Exactly,
on the choice.
but that's
okay.
on your top.
All right.
If you ever presented my husband with that, forget all sense and sensibility. He's gone. You know, so
you
I
can
can't
blame
pick.
Jenny for that. That's all Jenny's fault.
I can't pick.
I was
but
all right.
But you love it.
I do.
Exactly.
It's very, very true. It's something that I discovered later in life, which is not really a thing. And now that I have, it's like, oh, you know, if that's on the menu.
Yeah.
Like,
When they came out from Atlanta, that was one meal I made sure was ready for him. I said to him, I've got that ready for you. You know,
I was very pleased with that as well.
I know
so, yeah.
you just can't misstep with that. But he has a lot of items.
I
like his
most
5-bird roast. If I ever got round
foods.
to doing 5-bird roast, you guys will hear it, you know.
I do a whole show on it. I would do a whole show on the 5-bird roast.
Back to how conflict arise. There is no conflict in the studio today.
We've had conflict about 5-bird roast for a good few years, people. You guys have seen it, right?
Safe conflict, agreed conflict.
All right.
Now, unmet expectations. I haven't met that 5-bird roast expectation yet. I haven't met it. But yet I haven't met it. But is that going to be a conflict? Again, there are things that you just need to settle. They're just some things one just needs to settle. Say, for instance, personality type. Is that person going to change? Will I ever get the change I want from that person? So perhaps I now need to change how I approach or deal with that person.
Very true.
So still on how conflicts arise. We will go to how we mitigate and how we solve it. But like I said, we will do a deep dive. So we're not going to cover the subject today. Wherever we stop, we stop. Generational gaps. We talked about our children, where some children that are raised in certain cultures. So even in Europe, if you meet children or adults who were raised in, say, rural Poland, and you meet the children who were raised in urban Poland, they're different. There's a difference. Or you meet maybe second generation Polish people in Europe or in America, or maybe fourth and fifth generation Irish in America. They're different. The way the fifth generation Irish relates to family planning is different from the way the first generation Irish related to family planning. You have that generational gap, and it will bring a
Conflicts.
difference. Yes, your values will come in conflict, especially with parents and with children.
I'll give you one as well. That's probably a good one as well. So you cast your, it's interesting how things change, but this is a real good example. Don't know if you remember before in the old days when people wanted to get in the olden days.
In
the olden days, like when I was a bit older back then. No. People. So the whole idea of having a traditional Nigerian wedding wasn't a thing. People would try and like say, oh, they're not going to do it, or we're just going to do the white wedding or stuff like that. I think now it's a bit different because people have seen that it's quite a rich cultural experience. But that used to be, I'd hear people say, well, they're not going to do that. And, you know, and the parents will say, but that's traditional.
Yeah.
And then that can cause a sense of...
There's still families where, again, that too can cause some sort of conflict. But generally, that's one that in the 80s and in the 90s wasn't as popular as it is now. Yes, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
There is, again, so in that sense, there's been a closing of that generational gap in that subject. Yeah. And then also, you then have also extenuating stress triggers, extenuating stressors, extenuating or external pressures as well. Say, for instance, work. True. People who work shift lives. You find the tension level sometimes with their family life can be, you know, say the man works all night and he probably has to sleep during the day, and then the family needs him during the day, and sometimes he's not on it during the day because he hasn't had enough sleep. So you have those work those things influencing how those sort of problems are dealt with. Finances, and they go, the man goes, well, I have to work to provide. And it then becomes, we need the money, but the money is causing tension in the family. The money is causing you not to spend time with your family. Those kind of extenuating factors that bring stress. Another one, which again, no one has control over, health issues. Health issues,
yeah.
that's a big. Some people do not know how to handle sick people. They completely crumble when their loved one is ill, or they get resentful that the person is unwell. You hear the phrase man flu, then the woman was like, well, I had a flu last week. I didn't stop. I just kept going. And those kind of comments are enough to trigger an argument or create tension in the house.
Man flu is quite terrible, in all fairness. Most men, I'm with you, brothers. Man flu is terrible.
School run needs to be done, but he can't get up because he has man. And she's saying, well, I did school run. I had a chest infection 2 weeks ago, but I did school run. I didn't stop. That sort of a thing. So it brings strain on the relationship. And those are the kind that, if not dealt with, they bubble over and just, again, then leads into this next one, unresolved issues, unresolved hurts, unspoken problems. They're there, but no one's addressing them. So if doing the night shifts are such a problem that it's impacting on the family life, what changes can we make in this short season? How does it impact? So because they become unresolved, we're not looking at how we can change the situation. They become wounds that just remain there. Or let's not even talk about it. And then whenever something happens, it regurgitates and comes back to the surface. So
it becomes like a flashpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
A new disagreement will lead to, that was how many months ago, that was how
goes back to that
you
one
slept
again.
off. Yes, you didn't pick the kids from school. Why am I using the kids in school? There are other examples.
So people that have slept off and left their kids in school.
What?
I know why you're saying. I know why you're saying that.
I've heard of all sorts.
No, I know why you're saying that.
Really?
Yeah.
My subconscious is remembering stories I've heard recently, but all the same, maybe whatever. But the mother-in-law is sick, but it's only one person looking after her, or the in-law is ill, but it's only one member of the family looking after that in-law. Meanwhile, there are other in-laws who could support, but they're leaving it. So those things are not dealt with, and they become unresolved issues. So sometimes conflicts arise not because people are necessarily wrong, like the husband who has to do, or the spouse who has to do night shift. Not because they're wrong, but just because people see the world differently. The problem isn't the difference. The problem sometimes is how we handle the difference. I'm going to close off with this. Next week, we will look at the impact conflict has on our mental, spiritual, emotional well-being. I'll close us off with this. James 4:1.
Preach, preacher. Preach, preacher.
What causes fights and quarrels? This is the NIV. Amongst you? ? He was asking the church. And he said, don't they come from your desires to battle from within you? So there's already a discontent. Like somebody says, they just rubbed me off the wrong way. And that leads, everything just explodes and crashes, and the dominoes just come down. Think about that. The conflict you're having right now with XYZ, with whoever, or with where, or with the situation, is it just simply, when you think about it, could it be, as Uncle James tells us, just a battle from within you? The disrest, the unrest, that snappiness. Why is that edge, that mood, why is it creating conflict? Think about it. We're going to end at that. DJ Val, shout outs.
I got a joke first before.
Okay, give me the joke. I was trying to avoid the joke.
No, this is hilarious.
Okay.
It was brilliant, and this is a real life story. So, there's an MP in the House of Commons, and I think they were talking about identity theft and fraud, and that kind of thing. And he stands up and he goes, recently my wife's credit card was stolen. And I have to say, despite my best judgment, I did not report it to the police because I found out that the thief was spending less money than my wife was.
Oh, shit. High five.
I said, I watched that clip. It's on Instagram. I don't know who he is, but this was a real life debate in the House of Commons that came up. And I thought, but that was just brilliant.
No conflict in that family.
He said he didn't report it to police because
no conflict. She's going on, my credit card has been lost. I need to cancel the card. He didn't.
But anyway, that was...
Thank you, DJ Val, for that.
That was brilliant.
I thought it was going to be one of those you wanted me to respond. No,
that was really good joke. And you have to see the guy's face.
Real life story.
It's a real life story. The guy's face was just deadpan. Like his comment was like, like how they stand up with the paper and everything, and he's, addressing the chair or whatever it is. But yeah, brilliantly done. Shout outs. Do I have any shout outs?
We missed some birthdays last week. Please, can I jump in and just redeem ourselves?
Please
with
redeem
those ones?
the time. Lest there be conflict.
The one and only, the brilliant, the just special mother to a fantastic daughter called Jade. My right hand in all things.
Wendy.
It was Wendy's birthday last week.
You see, I don't have that in my phone.
Last Sunday, so put it on. Wendy girl, happy birthday. May you are a blessing.
Oh my God.
That you've been a blessing.
How come you're only telling me now?
Darling, forgive. Like I said,
Jeez.
this is redemption. You still can redeem yourself.
Okay.
Don't worry. She loves you.
I know.
And then I missed so many people. Bishop Ben.
I've just thought somebody else's one as well. Oh God, I'm in the doghouse for that as well.
We missed Bishop Ben. We didn't miss him, but we didn't give him a shout out on the show because
Happy birthday, Bishop
Ben. Fit Boss himself, Solomon.
It was his birthday.
We spoke to him.
Okay.
Auntie Mash, we spoke to her, but we didn't do a shout out.
Auntie Mash's birthday. Happy birthday.
And then of course, Ben Jr. and his father share the same birth month. So
happy birthday to them.
Yes, and to the youngest listeners, their children, they've got a baby now who's also listening. So they're our youngest listeners. Happy birthday to you all. Any anniversaries with Miss
Baby Jaden.
Let us know. No, baby Jaden has a sibling now, darling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay now.
Yes,
okay,
Amanda and Ben Jr., please forgive us. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday as well to...
For the anniversary people, happy anniversary. If we've missed out anyone, please let us know.
Happy birthday going out to DDSS as well.
Whoa.
Yeah. I saw...
How did we miss that one?
I thought...
your girl, that is your baby.
But I know. I thought...
She's your goddaughter.
Yeah, I thought... She'd had her birthday, so I saw it on my phone and I thought, no, we've already done her birthday. I'm sure we have.
No.
But anyway, don't worry. DDSS, don't worry. Uncle Elder Val will come and see you.
We'll sort you out.
Don't worry. But remember, if you do have your birthdays, your shout outs, it's graduation season as well. So I imagine that there's going to be, what's her name graduated? Auntie Mrs. daughter. No?
She's taking her exams now.
Okay, I saw something on her on Instagram.
Tony's taking she's getting ready for her exams.
Oh, okay.
Her bar exams.
Okay, her bar exams.
Yeah, she'd already done her graduation.
Okay. No, I just saw something. I thought it was recent. But it is that time of the year, right, where people are going for their graduations and stuff. So do let us know. We'd love to celebrate with you on that too. So please. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, our live chatters. Thank you so much.
Time's
Thank
up.
you, everyone. Thank you, new listeners. Thank you, new joiners. Thank you,
Old listeners.
I don't want to use the word old, dedicated listeners. Thank you. We really appreciate your commitment, your support, and your dedication. You know yourselves. The list is getting too long. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Right.
God, we used to call them something else. We used to call it wasn't new listeners. There was a name. I'm gonna have to go back into the archives and look. There's a name we used to call people that were new listeners, the old listeners and the new listeners. I can't remember. Anyway, so let's finish off because we are out of time. But we're not out of words.
We can be here for. But we know you've got stuff to do. What were you doing this morning? I should have asked you that when we started. Are you cooking? Are you shopping? What is it? Thank you so much. May the good Lord keep you.
And
May He bless you. May He shine the light of His countenance brightly upon you in your going out and your coming in. May He give His angels charge over you.
Amen.
You are blessed in the city. You are blessed wherever in the field. You are blessed, and may the peace may His peace, which surpasses all understanding, guide your heart, gird your heart, keep you focused and centered. If there are families here under the sound of my voice that are going through a season of conflict that perhaps is even historic, I pray that through our words today, perhaps the Lord would have spoken to you. I pray that you can find it in you to find a way, one, to release whatever the problem is, and perhaps begin to consider the way, where possible, to make restitution and reconciliation. Amen. God bless you. Do not render evil for evil, but instead be the change that you want to see.
Okay.
Amen.
That's it. And we'll see you next week, by the way. So we'll cue the music. 1, 2, 3. What's on your mind? Do. With Olive involved. Da. Do. Feel so fine. Tune in now. It's breakfast time.
It's breakfast time.